Okay, I want to go down here. Everything keeps popping into my way. It's really kind of funny. Okay. All right, and I'm going to assume that you can see the screen there. All things crypto. Of course, we got the wrong date on there. Just ignore that. But Mark and Daryl are my cohorts here, and my partners in teaching, and I'm always grateful for them. I have told Daryl to jump in here and help me out whenever we can. We're going to go through some things today, basics that we go through every single week. My name's Thomas Dubois. I'm from Glenwood Springs, Colorado. I've been honored and blessed by a great couple named Steve Phyllis Randall to allow me to bless they cared enough about my family to share Co-op Life with me. And in the process, I stepped up a little bit and found my way into teaching what I know a little bit here on cryptocurrency. So our goal and purpose for this training is we're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about financial systems. We're going to talk about cryptocurrency. We're going to talk about the basics of cryptocurrency, types of wallet, and safety tips. I'm going to actually go through all of that really, really fast today, because today I promised everybody, I kind of put my foot in my mouth and said, I'm going to show you in real time me swapping around some cryptocurrency. I'm going to actually load my wallet in Co-op Life. I'm going to load my wallet with some currency and show you sending and receiving it.
Come off mute, Tommy.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. Mark, can you hear me? Yes or no?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, because it keeps popping up on unmute on me. So, so that's the third time since we started. So, just FYI. Okay, well, we're going to have some casual fun today. So let's just keep on going here. Okay, we talked about the introduction. So, before we get started, how many of you know how your cell phones work exactly? Who understands how a satellite works? Who understands how electricity works from the switch to the light, the mechanics of a car or airplanes? For us to be successful, we don't have to know everything about how it works, nor is it necessary for us to have the inner workings just to believe that it's real. And how many of us have seen our brain? Okay, how many of us have seen our brain? Okay, well, we don't know how that works. And I know right now that just kind of boggled my brain. So we're going to keep on it going here. Hey, the biggest disruption in the history of the world is cryptocurrency, is digital assets, is crypto assets. I almost prefer the name crypto assets anymore, because it's getting so valuable around the world. It is the best kept secret, and so many people have a daunting aspect to it. They believe it's scary. They don't have faith in it yet. They've never seen it in action, and we're going to try to change that tonight. And as you know, wouldn't you go to agree that from carrying silver and gold around to the dollar bill and fiat currency, that became a little bit better? Well, in that process of becoming a little bit better, the truth is, and most people don't know this, that no fiat currency in the history of man has ever sustained itself and worked. That's a telling sign of our future, because we know that it's actually failing as we speak. So then we went into credit cards, and isn't that just a phenomenal thing? How fast we could swipe a card and transact, and now you can basically bump your card into something and do that. And then we jumped up to PayPal and Apple Pay and digital wallets with Apple Pay and PayPal and Venmo and all of that. Well, if it's a progression of getting better, then wouldn't you go to see with this slide here that cryptocurrency is better? And let me just say the three ways: it's safer, it's faster, it's more reliable. The richest of people say, Sir Branson says, where can I carry $10 million on a plane? Well, you can't do it with cash or most of these items, but you sure can with cryptocurrency. And so, so with that, we see when the Federal Reserve in 1913 came about, the dollar just it just went through some things here. And so without going all the way through this gives the concession of money. And back in 2013, the dollar bill was only worth 5 cents. And that's kind of crazy to think about. Well, it's only backed by debt anymore since in 1971 when Nixon pulled off the gold standard. And so one day we'll do a training just on all of this and Jekyll Island and how all of that came to transpire. And, just some amazing lineage there and some history that will help everybody to understand the importance of being in the cryptocurrency age and where we are today. Well, if we are just to look at this from a business aspect of things, if we have the biggest transference of wealth and the biggest profit margins ever, then wouldn't you think that almost everybody should consider at least 5% of their portfolio being in cryptocurrency? Because look, even Tesla doesn't even come close to Bitcoin. Nevertheless, Ethereum and all of the others that are blowing it away, and the truth is every one of these is now using Bitcoin. Amazon announced that they are, and also they're coming out with their own currencies. So, kind of a telltale sign. One of the biggest things to me was, just because I know some of the figures behind it, is that PayPal has over 305 million subscribers, and you now can buy and sell on PayPal. So that's a pretty good thing. And guys, you know that I'm at home, and for some reason my dog is barking. So there's another dog must be going across the street. So I asked you to bear with me because I love the fact that I can build it from home with my puppies with me. So that's the beauty of what we're doing, isn't it? So PayPal when PayPal got into this game, the truth is 7 years ago, I was with 2 different companies that were trying to do the same thing that PayPal is doing right now by buying and selling it and using and allowing you to use your cryptocurrency on PayPal to purchase with. We were launching companies and launching platforms like that 7 years ago, but we were a little bit ahead of our times here in the US. Now, across the globe, they're utilizing cryptocurrency in every way, shape, or form. And so we actually are catching up to speed. And so that's very exciting. And we're catching up to speed, as you can see here, with all of the companies that are getting involved now, with everything from Bank of America to you name it, a mutual life insurance company in Massachusetts, everybody getting involved. It's just a telltale sign that if we don't understand that crypto's here to stay, then all big business owners right now are wrong. See, it used to be us individuals were considered potentially wrong because Bitcoin was a scam, right? Well, now we follow big money, right? And Tesla, $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin he purchased not too long ago. So some of the problems with our current financial system are lack of transparency. We know that the banks are owned by 5 families, a cross-border interaction, availability of accounts through the world, fees, timeliness, and efficiency of transferring currency. Process has not changed in decades, and many in the world are unbanked. Well, that's one of the biggest things. 60 Minutes did a little segment, and they did a segment on third world countries and using cryptocurrency. And it's an amazing segment how just with a cell phone and with cryptocurrency, how they could transact in an unbanked nation. And that's pretty incredible. So because the transactions are so small that cryptocurrency breaks down to 10 decimals so it can be used in that way. Well, also, one of the reasons in Co-op Life that we're using it is that cross-border interaction, and that's really important. So where did cryptocurrency begin on the white papers? Well, you can go to Satoshi Nakamoto, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. You can go to bitcoin.org and look all of that up, and it became the people's money. So in other words, decentralization makes it so that we're in control of our finances. You know, I couldn't do anything more justice than what Greg did on Saturday. Was absolutely phenomenal on why it's important and reasons why it's important for us to join a community like this, where that we can go peer to peer. Do you understand that we right now, from wallet to wallet, can go peer to peer on the Co-op 50/50 back office? But today it's everything crypto. We're going to talk about cryptocurrency. So what brought about the creation of cryptocurrency? The financial crisis in 2008 brought about the need or idea for cryptocurrency. Over 700 banks were bailed out. We know about all of that. Cryptocurrency was developed to fix the problems of the plague in the financial industry. And many feel that it started in a really kind of a bad way, that people found ways right away to use Bitcoin for illegal purposes. And you know, anything new, anything good, you know, somebody's going to exploit it. And that's just the way it is, right? So a cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual currency that is secured by cryptography, which makes it nearly impossible to counterfeit or double spend. Many cryptocurrencies are decentralized networks based on blockchain technology, a distributed ledger enforced by a desperate network of computers. A defining feature of cryptocurrency is that they are generally not issued by any central authority, rendering them theoretically immune to governmental interference and manipulation. So this is what it's about. It's about freedom of control and choice for us, and also being safer and more relevant. So crypto wallets are repositories for holding cryptocurrency, just like a bank account. There's hot and cold wallets. I have a cold storage wallet right here in my hands. It's called a Ledger Nano S. Order it straight from the website, but these are 100% have no attachment to any bank, anything, and can be totally secured in your own wallet. So I actually had a conversation earlier today about the difference between this and some of the other products out there. I actually called the owner of Cold Storage Coins and asked him some questions about the safety of those coins and a lot of things thereon, and got a lot of great answers from him. And I love that I now have that connection for us all when we have questions about how exactly a cold storage coin. Maybe someday I'll try to get him on here to share the power of why he invented what he invented and what he's done. And he talked really highly of the Ledger as well. He's just another product. Okay. So paper wallets, online wallets, mobile wallets, hardware wallets. So the Ledger is what I just showed you with hardware wallets, and that's also what Cold Storage Coin is. What we're going to do today is I'm going to show you jumping around from some wallets, from Exodus to Gemini. You know, I'm gonna literally buy some cryptocurrency, transfer it around. I'm even going to liquefy some cryptocurrency and show you how fast you can, or show you how easy it is to transfer from your bank when you sell cryptocurrency when you sell cryptocurrency to your bank. So we're going to do all that today. Blockchain technology is the technology behind cryptocurrency. It's basically an open ledger of all of your transactions. And like our wallet on our back office, you can see every single transaction that happens. And that's the same with all blockchain. So I'm not going to go through each and every one of these slides. You can use cryptocurrency and blockchain technology in other ways than with currency. So imagine one day having all your health records on a blockchain where that you can see them from your phone, or you can send them to somebody from your phone or from your computer. Imagine having, one of my favorites is real estate. Well, we all know here in the United States that when voting, there would be no question, absolutely no question about this last election if the voting was on blockchain, because it's transaction to transaction. Just like Bernie Madoff stealing from a lot of people with a Ponzi scheme, now with Wall Street being on blockchain, that could never happen again. Okay, real estate. Imagine going in to look at a house, them looking up and being able to find the title on real time. Being able to find all your records on real time, making a transaction because you love the house and you made the transaction on the spot, get the keys handed to you without having to go to any bank, without having to go to any closing table. Well, that's our future, folks. That's our future. Okay. So private keys, public keys, addresses, all of these things are the protection for you on holding your assets in cryptocurrency. We'll get into those more another day. Safety tips, I'm gonna show you a few of those in live time. Remember, YouTube's your friend with all of this. If you want to learn what blockchain technology is, go look it up on YouTube. Amazing stuff. Look up the history of Bitcoin. Amazing stuff. If you want to research a coin, if you want to research how to send or whatever. See, remember this. Let's say that I'm opening up for the first time a cryptocurrency wallet, and I'm opening up Coinbase or crypto.com. Do you know that they want you to do business with their wallets, with their trading platforms, with their cryptocurrency space? So they're providing all of this education for you. It's there to be had with each and every one of the sites. Always use two-factor authentication of your choice, either text, email, or authenticators. As you know, with our back office, we use Google Authenticator. I'm going to actually show you some of that in action because I'm going to have to use my phone to have all of that going well today. So that's going to be excellent. Always secure your emails and phones with two-factor authentication. If you can pick up your phone and dial out right away without having to put in some sort of a code, and you're holding cryptocurrency wallets on it, you are at dear risk with yours. If you own cryptocurrency and an email is attached to that back office of any wallet or back office, you need to have two-factor authentication to get into your email. Well, a lot of people, I had a friend say, well, I don't want to have to do two-factor every time I go to check my email. Well, with two-factor, you can also check off a box that says this device is okay, and just other people would need two-factor authentication. So what two-factor authentication is if I'm using my computer that I have to say something to that transaction or to that app that I'm opening from my phone or with a secret code or something like that, so that so that somebody can't just hack one device, that they really have to be you that's doing that. Follow all backup instructions to always have a way to secure your wallets. If your phone and computer are lost or crash, backup private key, which I wish I would have talked about that page just a little bit more. Numeric passphrase is like 16 passwords that you have to have in order, that you actually take those when you're setting up a wallet and you put them into your safe after you're done, because it's the only way, if you have a computer crash or a phone crash, that you can get those is with either the proper passwords, backup private keys, and numeric passphrase. So these are all safety tips, but don't let those be daunting, because I'm about to show you how that's not necessary. So let me exit this real quick, get on out of here actually, And let's just, are you ready to see some real-time transactions? Maybe even see me go into our back office and send some money around? Well, let me do this first. So I'm going to go first of all. So this is my back office, my real back office. We're going to go and we're going to send some money to the Co-op wallet. So there's many platforms that are either just wallets like Exodus. We're going to show you that in a minute. Matter of fact, this is my Exodus wallet. We're going to show you that in a minute. There's many things that I'm going to try to show you here. I'm going to try to show you how to buy and send, how to sell in cash, and how to send to a Co-op wallet. Now, in the process of doing this, I'm not trying to be Mr. Perfect. I'm just trying to show you how it's not very daunting, how that it's copying and pasting, taking a few precautions, just like you would look in your wallet and make sure that it's a $20 bill that you're handing the person instead of a $100 bill, right? That's a precaution. You're taking the time to make sure. What's another precaution? Making sure that your signature is on your check, you know, whatever the case may be. Okay, whatever the case may be. So let me go ahead and make sure that that doesn't happen again real fast. I thought that I had that off, but you know, the imperfectness that we are. This is part of the training today, is to show you how imperfect Tommy Boy is. No. It's to show you how you don't have to know every in and out of cryptocurrency to be comfortable with starting to collect your own future assets, to be comfortable sending and receiving from people, to be comfortable. I just want you comfortable. I don't want you as scared as I was sending. Well, I remember I said this on Saturday. I sent my first $100 and oh my goodness gracious. Back then, $100 was so much money to me. And I was so scared of losing that. It was going to really mean a lot, because that meant if I sent that 100 that I couldn't do with that 100 if I made a mistake what I intended to do with it, right? So that was not a good thing and not a good feeling. My hopes is that nobody who's new to cryptocurrency on here today has that same feeling that I had that day. Okay, so we're going to just go to my Gemini account. I use Gemini quite often, but I use Gemini and I bring currency in and out of Gemini. Okay, and so I'm going to do a couple of things here today. And first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to buy some cryptocurrency. So you can download Gemini or Coinbase. So please use whatever your upline tells you to use so that you guys are on the same page, but they all basically work the same. Okay. So I'm trying to give you the inner aspects of it, not which to use. I use Gemini because when I wire in, they wire through United States banks because the Winklevoss brothers own Gemini. Also because another company that I'm involved with uses Gemini. And so that's kind of where I got to do it. But I love Gemini, and here's another reason. And Coinbase is about the same. But if I wire big amounts of money into Gemini, like if I was to have sent it at 1 o'clock today at the deadline for wires here in the US, if I would have sent it at 1 o'clock, by 3 o'clock, I would have been able to use that money to buy cryptocurrency with. So, but I'm going to show you today that on many of these, you can attach your bank account to it. And so I'm actually going to show you buying some Ethereum right now, because we're going to send Ethereum into my back office so that I can do see, I'm at the 4,000 level, right? You see here that all of my wheelhouses are open, and that, you know, Sarah and I have been extremely blessed with this company since February, and you all deserve that same thing. And one of the ways that I expedited that is once I got up to the 4,000 level, I don't suggest anybody doing this or helping your people pay in to expedite the process for them. until you're at the 4,000 level. But speak with the person that got you in here. Make sure that you're doing it to optimize yourself. And all of my advice is only the advice that I can give. But I strongly say, don't touch your wallet until you're at 4,000, because you're costing your family money in the future if you do, because you don't know when those wheelhouses are going to open and close. But I can tell you this, that if those wheelhouses aren't open, then you're not getting paid in them. So you want to get them all open as fast as you can, and we'll leave that at that. Okay, so I have, let's just pretend that I just downloaded my Gemini wallet. It asks for information. It'll ask, when you do your first buy, it will ask how you're paying, whether it's credit card or attach a bank account. You'll have to verify those. They'll all make you do a KYC, which is KYC stands for Know Your Customer. And on Know Your Customer, that means they're having you prove that you're you doing your transactions. And another way to do that is through two-factor authentications. So you're going to see quite a bit of that here today, because I'm going to be doing all of real transactions. So I've attached all of that. I've gotten my KYC approved. They usually need either a passport or a driver's license and proof of address. And it just depends what country you're in, if there's different rules and different things. So here, all that I'm going to do for you right now is buy a little bit of cryptocurrency. So I'm all set. So I could deposit money in here with a wire transfer. So I could go right here. I could select which currency I wanted, and then I could pick the method and I can wire in. I've told you guys about that. So let's pretend I did that, and I have money in here. I can withdraw, and I'm gonna actually show you a withdrawal before we're done here. Well, I'm gonna go to my accounts right now. And I'm going to actually back out of here, and we're going to go to the, and I'm going to go to my portfolio. And as you can see, I had planned ahead of time a little bit. Usually all of these have, especially at the beginning of you doing business with them, they will have some sort of a limitation, whether it's 500 or 1,000. Okay. So in this, to go directly to my bank, my limit is actually 1,000. So I'm going to go here. Let me back out of that real quick. And I'm going to just go right there to that link. So I'm going to go to my portfolio on here. I'm going to pick whichever currency I want to buy. And I'm going to go to the transaction. I'm going to go to Ethereum. I'm going to hit buy. It's going to ask me if I want to buy, and if it's a one-time, because you actually could set up daily, weekly, or reoccurring buys. So I actually tell people, if you can afford it, if I was starting in cryptocurrency today and I could afford it, I would tell you, minimum, if you can, buy $50 worth of Bitcoin a week and never touch it. $50 worth of Bitcoin a month and never touch it. You will not be sorry if you're able to do such a thing. Okay, I do that, but I do it in a little bit of a larger quantity. Okay, so it's saying, how much do I want to buy? Okay, I'm going to buy $1,000. I could also, I didn't want to do that, but I could also, here, let me get out of there. Okay, that's, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to buy $1,000 worth of Ethereum. Ethereum is, a little bit lesser fees than Bitcoin and whatnot. It sure is a little bit faster. I'm going to just go down here and hit continue. It's going to then ask me, because I've set up either a bank account or a credit card with it. In this case, I set up two different ones, and I'm going to pick from it, and then I'm just going to simply hit confirm. Just a minute. Your buy order has been placed. Got it. So now I'm going to go back here to my portfolio. And I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to see that I added another 1,000 to my Ethereum. So I have my balance is about almost 4,000 in Ethereum. So I think what I'm going to do for you guys next, just because I'm on this page, but I'm just going to show you some other things that we're going to do. Like I'm going to withdraw 500 bucks and get it into my bank account. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to send to Co-op Dashboard. I'm going to send to my wallet, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to send this around. So imagine how I'm sending to the dashboard is it's just as easy for me to send it to the dashboard as it is for me to send to you, to send to a store, to send to for any transaction. Okay. And I'm kind of speaking in terms of a brand new person. So if you're into crypto and you know all this, it's okay. We're just trying to get there, right? So let's just go here real quick. Here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Co-op wallet. I'm going to go to add funds to my digital wallet. And there you go. So we're going to get signed right back in. Add funds to my digital wallet. I'm going to choose $3,000. I'm going to submit that. And then with the fees, it's going to actually show me the networking fees of $16.09, 1.5% fee, and then that safety surplus. What I love about the safety surplus, that's going to end up in my wallet anyways. So in this transaction, I will end up with $3,100 in my wallet when we're done. So what you need to do here on this is David's put this together in such a neat way that the top 100 cryptos we can use. See, there's many people that really love using Tron and different cryptocurrencies. Well, in this case, we know that I'm going to be using Ethereum, right? So we want to get up to the top here. We're going to pick Ethereum on the drop down. Now it's going to come up with these codes here. But I'm going to jump back over. And by the way, I can do this straight from my phone, but in lieu of showing you on the share screen, you wouldn't be able to see real good on my phone, but it's real easy if I went to Gemini on my phone and I scan the QR code and I just send the money in. In lieu of this on the computer, I'm going to show you just a little bit differently. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll up to the top here, and I'm going to go to my account. And I'm going to go to transfers, and I'm going to go to, okay, so it's either on some wallets, it says receive and send. So if you're sending, if it says, but there's others like Coinbase and Gemini that when you're taking it out of their platform, it's either you're depositing it in or you're withdrawing it out. But that's the same as sending to an address. Okay. And so we call them a hashtag, or I call them a hashtag. Maybe that's not the right term, but it is a crypto address. And they're making it really easy now for crypto addresses, but we'll get into that another day too. But I'm going to withdraw from Gemini, right? Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here, not to there. I'm going to go back. Okay, I'm going to go back over to my wallet. I want to show, maybe some people don't know this, but if you're scanning to get your wallet address, for one thing that I need to do here is I'm going to go ahead and write down that I'm sending this amount to them, that I'm sending to them to my wallet, to them, 1.27141 in Ethereum. Okay, now that I have that written down, I'll have that to put into my Gemini address when I'm sending it. When you go to scan this QR code on this front page, many times it'll pick up the verbiage around it. Well, we have a little secret that maybe you know, maybe you don't know, but if you hit view on there, it's going to take you right to the back of the blockchain. It's going to take you right to Etherscan. And here I could hit here to get the QR code. Okay, so I could do that. Or I could go here to see the two pieces of paper over top each other. In case you don't know, that's how you can copy it. And I can copy the address. So I'm going to do that. But here's one big trick that you always do when sending cryptocurrency. Now, if you get real good at it and you don't think you need to do this, you'll only make the mistake once. Trust me. But I always write down the first 2 digits, so 0x, and the last 2, 82. And then I know when I go and scan and paste that address into my Gemini wallet that I'll check those, and then I'll know I have all the numbers in between. Make sense? Okay, so that's just one safety check that I do. So here, I'm gonna withdraw, and I'm gonna scroll down to Ethereum, right? Okay, and I'm gonna hit continue. I'm gonna transfer to, and I'm gonna paste that wallet address, and I'm gonna see that I have 82 at the end. And okay, so and then I see OX at the beginning. Okay, so so I'm I know that I'm safe there. I'm also gonna backspace that off so there's not any empty spaces, because that you'll go it'll say improper Ethereum address if you have a space in between your copy and paste. So that's just another helpful little trick there. I'm going to go here, and you can either send the max of what you have, or we can put in that amount. So I'm going to send 1.27141. I'm going to hit continue. And I'm going to request the withdrawal. And now is that 2-factor authentication that it wants me to go and find, right? So, so I'm going to go to my authenticator, and up here it has a code that will run out in 15 seconds, right? So I'm going to go with my code, and I'm going to submit, and then and then it's going to give me another approval on my phone, and I'm going to approve that. So unless you were me and had my phone, you couldn't have withdrew my money. So that's how safe it is. That's how comfortable it is. And did you see that all that I did in this process was copy and paste what I wanted to do? I copied and pasted from one wallet to another wallet, and that's how safe it is. And then it is now in the process of bouncing around from transaction to transaction, from blockchain to blockchain, checking that transaction. Now I can go back into here, and I can check things. One thing about back here on his wallet is that you can do something here. Is that you can go back on the blockchain and see if the transaction's done. You can see that it's pending 46 seconds ago. You can see all sorts of information about that. And let's say you didn't see it for a while. You can always go and check and just double check and make sure that you sent it to the right address. And so right now, I went back to the wallet, and in lieu of time, I'm not going to wait for that to be all sent over, but I can see that it has 4 confirmations. I can also see that I sent to the right address, and I know that's in process. So I now can get out of here if I want. And what we'll do here in a minute is we'll come back and we'll refresh this, and we'll come back. So let's say you refresh it and you don't know how to find whether that worked or not. Go to invoices, go to your last invoice, pull it up, switch this back to Ethereum where it was, and you can see that transaction is here. And it will also show you how many confirmations. You can refresh this page, and it will continue to show you that transaction in process. So we're going to come back and make sure that all of that was completed. Let me get out of there. I'm going to go ahead and get out of that back office and go out of there. Okay, so now what I'd like to do is I'd like to switch gears here, and I just want to show you how quickly I can withdraw and have money in my bank account, because the whole thing used to be, and we're going to probably end on this note, but the whole thing used to be, well, how can I spend my cryptocurrency? And people didn't think you could. Well, just as fast as I just sent it in there, I also can withdraw it from my back office of Co-op Life. Although there's a check system in there where that he batches those transactions once a day, every 24 hours. Now that may change in the future, and we'll be able to watch that, okay? But for sake of just letting you guys see me withdraw, let's just go to my portfolio again, and let's see what I want to do here. So there's a coin that I'm losing money on, and I want to go ahead and sell it. So I'm going to go ahead and sell my Anchor, because I can always buy it back, but I'm going to sell it, okay? So just as simple as I bought it, I can sell it, okay? 0.228, 0.554484, review order. Okay, so I got to back one of these off. Let's do that. Okay. I see what I did. Okay. So I did a 4 point, right? But it's 4,228. So actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell 4,000 of my Anchor. That's going to be $375 worth. I'm going to review that order. I'm going to hit confirm. Okay. Now that took like 1 second if I did that first part right? Now I'm going to go over to my USD. I'm going to go to my portfolio again, right? And I'm going to see that in USD, I have $367 now. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is withdraw. And I'm going to go ahead and withdraw. I'm going to, okay. So I have that pending buy that I just bought on the $1,000 might not allow me to withdraw right now. So let's just see if it will let me, but we're gonna, you have US dollar deposit in the process of clearing. Okay. So let me just try one more thing here. Okay, so I won't be able to withdraw. So that would be how easy it would be to withdraw. But because in the last, half hour, since we've been on here, I bought that $1,000 worth of Ethereum, and then I sold and it's needing that 1,000 to clear before it would let me withdraw. But in the next few minutes or whatever, it would let me then withdraw, and because I have my bank account attached to here, it would actually withdraw it right into my bank account. That simple. So the other thing that I wanted to show you is in certain wallets, you can swap and swap currencies around. So I just happen to have up here my Tron. I made $600 worth of Tron today. So this was a special gift for me, and I can swap it to Bitcoin if I want to. And my rule for life is collect as much Bitcoin as you can. So here I'm going to go and I'm going to switch this to Bitcoin. Let me find my Bitcoin. And then I'm going to hit all, and it's going to transfer $568 of it for me. And just like that, I transferred one coin into another coin. receiving that into my Bitcoin. And this is my Exodus wallet, by the way, which is actually my favorite online decentralized wallet. And so here now I have Bitcoin. I can do whatever I want with it. I can send it to my cold storage. I can do anything that I want. Well, I hope that I showed you a few things of ease and comfort of selling, sharing, sending back and forth, how easy that process is. I know that we're running up on time into our next presentation, and that is coming up in 15 minutes. One of these days, we will set it up to where we are absolutely just doing that. We are just swapping and trading, and then you guys can ask questions about that in the process. I don't know how exactly that'll work, but that would be nice to do. In lieu of that, I hope if you could uncheck that button so that people could just say thank you or whatever. In lieu of that, I am going to stop the recording.